Good evening and thank you for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Shelby Coates and tonight we are learning next steps when it comes to OpenAI's plan for a data center in Effingham County. The Red Cross is helping 4 people with housing after an apartment fire tonight in Chatham County. Take a look. This was the scene around 6 this evening. Take a moment to stop what you're doing and take a look at this video right here on your screen. This is video of some major waves today along Tybee Island. Well, this is a little scary, right? Well, if you are headed out to maybe a marsh, a swamp, or a body of water anytime soon, Jamie, I have to ask you, so what is the weather looking like for some of us who still need to do that back to school shopping the old-fashioned way where you go to the store and you go up and down the aisles?
Right. Well, if you're going to Bluffton,
we've already filled about 13 boxes so far, and if we can pan over here just a little bit, more donations are starting to come in.
Checking shifts and talking to neighbors as they continue to investigate this deadly shooting. I just want to recap, if you're just now joining us, Savannah police responding to a scene around 3 p.m. Bryan County Emergency Services starting to back up right now. We know they're taking another boat out of the water. They say they're pretty much wrapping up for the night. I'm going to step out of the way so you can kind of see this. This is right here at Highway 17.
Last-minute court ruling is forcing election officials across South Carolina into a race against the clock to add a name back on the ballot, and early voting starts tomorrow. Well, more like a goofy puppy than a creature of the deep, Atlanta reporter Abby Kasoris explains why so many people across the world fell in love with a whale shark here in Georgia. Right now, crews in Bullock County are back on the scene of a brush fire along Bowie Driggers Road. This is video from the Georgia Forestry Commission as we get ready to make our way into 9 o'clock tonight. But investigators are working and they're doing their job. I thought it was interesting what Shay said in her live hit from the newsroom earlier. You're going to start to see a lot of statements and videos on social media, but you need to let the investigators do their job. We want to take a live look at the rescheduled White House Correspondents' Dinner that's happening right now in Washington, D.C. tonight. Good evening and welcome back. Well, after years of construction and traffic for drivers, a $44 million road project is now complete and open to the public. In case you have some time this weekend and maybe want to check that out.
I feel like that jacket with the fringe.
I knew you would like that.
No, you could have worn that to the Cowboy Carter tour.
You're right. Jamie's looking out for me. Thank you, Jamie.
The news at 11 starts now.
A good evening and thank you for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Shelby Coates. County leaders across coastal Georgia addressing community concerns when it comes to data centers in our neighborhoods. Tonight we have team coverage on several data center decisions tonight. Our Julianne Sheehan and Stephen Glover are tracking the latest developments. We start in Statesboro, and that's where city leaders are taking the first potential step to allow a data center in the city limits. WTOC's Julianne Sheehan was at tonight's city planning and zoning meeting for some tense moments at City Hall. Thank you, Julianne. And while that vote was taking place, the Bullock County Commission also had data centers on its agenda. Right now, there is a moratorium on data centers in Bullock County to allow county leaders more time for research. That temporary pause almost came to an end tonight. County commissioners were set to vote on a text amendment defining terms related to data centers. After public comment and some back and forth among county leaders, commissioners decided to table the discussion and vote. Now, Chairman David Bennett says that he was leaning toward a permanent ban on data centers within the county, but tonight he says his opinion has changed. Then in Effingham County, commissioners used their meeting tonight to clear up any misconceptions of data centers coming to Rincon. Now, county leaders say that they are working on setting up a public hearing. WTOC's Stephen Glover attended tonight's meeting and has the latest. Stephen.
Yeah, that's
And you can stay up to date on our data center coverage right now by downloading the WTOC News app. You can get that anytime and you can keep up with the developments in your community. Just scan that QR code right there on your screen. And right now, let's take a live look outside from our WTOC Tower Sky Cam after quite a bit of showers this evening and afternoon. Looking at some clear skies right now. Let's check in with our first alert meteorologist, Jamie Ertl.
Stubborn.
And new tonight, a Chatham County judge found probable cause in a statutory rape case involving a teen. The case now heads to a grand jury. Our Madeline Beerster was there as detectives detailed the case against the 35-year-old Savannah man. We are also learning new details in the case against an alleged getaway driver now charged with murder party to a crime. Gunfire went off at the suburban extended stay on Abercorn at the end of May, killing LaShawn Foster. Detectives in court today say surveillance video caught most of the shooting, and they say the man in court today, Jameer Lewis, was the getaway driver. Police say that the search for the actual shooter, Devin Walker, is ongoing. Now, according to detectives, the victim was meeting for a drug transaction. Surveillance footage shows Lewis inching the car forward and then driving away. Well, still to come on the news, a last-minute court ruling puts South Carolina election officials in a race against the clock. Details on a last-minute ballot change before early voting.
The News at 11 starts now.
Good evening to you, and thank you for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Shelby Coates. The Savannah Police Department says 6 employees are on administrative leave tonight after an internal audit showed misuse of the department's license plate reader system. The employees are 4 officers and 2 civilian staffers. SPD says that the employees are accused of running searches unrelated to law enforcement, including searches on personal acquaintances and family members. One officer is also accused of giving an outside agency unauthorized access to the system. Earlier this week, Savannah Mayor Van Johnson praised using flock cameras to solve crimes, but he also addressed misuse. Now, in a statement, the Savannah Police Chief, Lenny Gunther, says that officers are entrusted with powerful investigative tools, and misuse of those tools and technology will not be tolerated. The GBI has received all 6 cases for an independent criminal investigation. An Army helicopter pilot says that he is still struggling to fly and perform his duties after he says an unleashed dog caused him to crash his scooter in Guyton late last year. Our WTOC's Stephen Glover joins us now. And Stephen, you spoke with the pilot and you have the latest on the situation.
Yeah, that's right.
Alrighty, thank you, Stephen. Now, we also checked out the Effingham County ordinance, and it requires all pets to be contained by a leash, a fence, or other appropriate means at all times. Neighbors can also report bites, loose animals, and other violations to Animal Protection and Control Services. Well, right now, let's take a live look outside from our WTOC Sky Cam this evening. A beautiful night after some stormy weather we saw late this afternoon. Let's go ahead and check in with our first alert meteorologist, Jamie Erdahl.
We are dry.
Well, as storms moved in this afternoon, a lightning strike is likely to blame for an apartment fire in Garden City. The Garden City Fire Department says 4 families are now displaced. Around 4 this afternoon, crews responded to the Tristan Homes apartments on Denmark Street, and that's where they found smoke and flames coming from the roof line. Firefighters were able to contain the fire mostly to the roof. New tonight, the community is celebrating State Representative Carl Gilliard in his 43 years of public service. Tonight, the Savannah native and Reverend received the Rosa Parks Civil Rights Award for his service to the state of Georgia and the Savannah community. Gilliard was raised in Chatham County and attended Beach High School. He also would later go on to serve 10 years in the Georgia General Assembly. He then launched the Gilliard Foundation and his nonprofit Feed the Hungry Foundation, which has served 2 million meals over 17 years. Now, the event at Savannah Technical College included several appearances and performances, and you see her there. WTOC's Dawn Baker served as a host for the evening. Gilliard says that he is preparing to announce his next steps since he decided not to run for re-election earlier this year. And looking ahead in South Carolina, it's a major moment in the special Republican Senate primary to fill the late Senator Lindsey Graham's spot on the November ballot. 5 Republican candidates will square off in a primary debate Monday night at 7. You can watch it all right here on WTOC and online. This debate is a partnership between Gray Media and the South Carolina Republican Party. Next at 11, the governor's office orders a state spending freeze in Georgia, and teachers say their students will pay the price. We take a look at the budget battle after the break.